Hello lads and lasses and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about some of the Premier League rule changes regarding players and coaching staff. I was going to talk about this yesterday, but the balloting issue came out. That today has now been sorted, which is great news. You can now choose the price range of the ticket you want to pay for, which means you can choose essentially which area of the stadium you sit in. You still don't get, obviously, direct choosing of stands, but you get a better choice range of where to sit, which is good news. So well done to all the fans and trusts that have worked hard to get that change done. We've done good to get that changed in less than 24 hours. That's how long it's taken the club to change it. So well done to the club to stick on what they said and saying that obviously they're going to make mistakes here and there, but they're going to work fast to try and rectify those mistakes they do make. So well done everyone at hand. Before we get into these Premier League rule changes today though, do go down below, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 200 subscribers before the end of the year. We've got about 4 months to do it. Cool. While you're down there, also try to hit that like button if you do enjoy. If you don't, go to them comments, give us some constructive criticism so I can try and make this channel the best it can be. Let's get into this news then. So one of the first rule changes is the leniency on physical tackles is being increased. So you can be more physical with the tackles. So the likes of Joe Linton can't tackle like he normally does, like Bruno can tackle like they normally do. They're not going to be called on it as much, which is fantastic. It's what we want. As people who watch football, we want to actually watch the game. This is going to allow that because it means people might not dive as much, might not go to ground. It's at the lightest of touches, the likes of Jack Grealish, just to name someone specifically. So it's good for overall football, I think. And if you don't like the decision, let's say you get tackled fairly, you're fairly tackled, but you're playing for the foul, you just go to the floor, the ball goes out. If you all decide to swarm the referee because you think that should be a foul, it's later on, you really want the free kick. Can't do that anymore. You'll receive a yellow card, which is fantastic again. So one player can go to the referee, talk about the foul, probably your captain, unless they're too far away. But if there's more than one, either one of those players or all of them will get a yellow card. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Now, as the Don in 442 said, if you're a betting person, I would suggest putting a lot of your card decisions in the earlier weeks while referees and players get used to what is and what isn't a foul, because that is going to fluctuate, of course. But also, as I was saying, if you're wanting your captain to talk to the referee and they sprint from one end of the pitch to the other where the referee is, can't do that, that's also a yellow card. So a lot of cards probably going out this year, especially with coaching. There's a lot of rules around coaching now which you can and cannot do. For example, you're not allowed 2 people in the technical area anymore. That results in a yellow card for the assistant coach. I think that's stupid. I don't know why you wouldn't allow 2 people in the technical area at one time. They need to talk to each other because one person can't watch everything that's happening during the game. Managers watching one thing while his assistant coaches are watching another. They'll relay that to him in the technical area because the manager still has to watch the game. So it's stupid. I can't explain how stupid it is. It is awful news, but it is what it is. We'll let that one slide. It means we're going to see less of Jason Tindall this year, which is always a shame. Other fans, I'm sure, will be happy they don't have to put up with Jason Tindall, but I'm sure he'll still have his sparks, I'm sure. But another issue is you're not allowed outside of the technical area. That results also in a yellow card, which is also good news. I always thought that the technical area was meant to be studying, and you weren't allowed to just go for a stroll halfway down the sideline. But apparently that was fine, and now it's not. That's also a yellow card offence, which is also great news, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really affect the game too much. It means managers have to use their voice more, I guess, in shouting. It is what it is. I don't think that would affect us too much. I think we've done pretty well staying in the technical area. It's the likes of Mikel Arteta, Thomas Tuchel, after celebrating a goal, Pep Guardiola, who goes sprinting down sidelines. Yeah, it's not a massive rule change, but also tolerance to dissent has been lessened, which is another good rule. So that includes players to referees, it includes managers and coaches to match officials, that results in cards, but it also includes managers to other managers, which I had read, which is another good ruling. And also, if you get physical with another manager or match official, it's a straight red. And instead of being sent to the stands like you usually would, you get sent in the changing room. So you're not allowed to see what's happening in the match at all. You can't communicate with your coach and staff. So if that happens to Eddie Howe, Jason Tindall gets screen time. Yes, fantastic. That's what we all want. No, but seriously, it's a good rule change. It means managers are going to be more civil with each other. It means we're not going to be trying to scrap each other at every given moment. Overall, I think it helps the game. It means that we're there to watch the football. It means football's going to happen. It's going to be watched, which is great. And speaking of football being watched, we are now using the World Cup stoppage time. So, more time with the ball on the field. This is going to be good as long as the game doesn't start to exceed 90 minutes. A lot of the time. This season just gone past, the average amount of time the ball's spent actually on the pitch was 54. That's alright. I mean, we're losing half an hour of a game, but I think we would have survived. But no, now we might potentially see the ball on the pitch for 100 plus minutes of the game, which is stupid. In my opinion, it's stupid. It's going to work in favour of the bigger teams with bigger squad sizes, with better players coming off from the bench. It's not going to work in favour of the likes of us, as we don't have the massive squad size everyone else has. We're going into this season currently with 2 right backs. We're going in with 2 strikers, 2 left backs, which aren't great, a handful of centre backs that can play in both roles. The only positions we're really sorted in is the midfield and the wingers. Left winger, I guess. Right winger, we're still struggling for. So we've still got some signings to make sure this stoppage time, the World Cup stoppage time, doesn't affect us too much. But it allows the ball on the field more. It means we see more football, which is good. But for us this season, with the 4 competitions we're in, especially early on in the season, we are going to struggle. And I think we could see a large dip in form. So yeah, those are the rule changes coming to the Premier League. Let me know your thoughts down below. I think it's going to be overall pretty alright for the game. The only thing I'd worry about is the amount of time the ball's going to be on the pitch with our squad size. But we do need to be making some more signings soon. The Academy's been making signings left, right and centre. We have made another 2 this morning from Italy, 2 Irish lads. It was to be expected with our partnership with the NIFL, the Irish League. A centre-back and a winger from AC and Internazionale, or Inter Milan. I don't know why the name change happened, or if that is just actually the name. I don't know. It's hard for me. I can barely talk. It's hard for us to get my mouth around. But yeah, a lot of academy signings. We've been signing a lot of young players. They're both 18, so we could see them in the starting 11 soon. But they could always just play for the under 23s. But yes, that is all we have for today. Again, if any news comes out, I'll bring it to you. Do not worry your Nelly. Yeah, that's everything. I never know how to end these videos. It's always a struggle for us. In a bit, pal.